Hi guys. It's been a minute, just like it's always been a minute. Today we are doing, finally, another drunk animal drawing. It's been, I don't even know how long, like a year since I did the last one. Let me check. Yeah, it's been over a year since the last one. The last one was August 13th and it was the T-Rex. Yeah. Things happened. Now see, I actually almost filmed this last year. I was trying to find reference images and I couldn't find one that I liked, so I just never filmed it. Because giant squid are kind of ugly, but like it's still like it's a request and I don't want to ignore it. So finally I'm like, okay, we'll draw the giant squid and then we'll draw I think the next one is a savanna baboon, and then I think my friend Karen has a request too for like some sort of goat or whatever. I don't know. Karen will let me know. So yeah, some rambling. Do you guys like my shirt? I got this at Ross for less than $15. I really like it. A lot has changed visually. First of all, my hair is blue now. Second of all, I'm wearing makeup, which I didn't last time. And so, hold on, I need another drink. Oh, it's so nasty. I mixed gin and beer. I don't like beer. I think the gin actually makes the beer taste better, but that's not saying much. Ugh. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, this morning I was depressed, and something I've realized when I'm depressed, after I've gotten out of like the bad spiral, or before I get into the bad spiral, when I'm still functional but depressed, I've realized something that helps is dressing up. Alexa, turn on the living room. Okay. To me, it feels like putting on a costume. It's like, oh, I feel really bad, but I can't just sit around in my pajamas, and I also don't want to put on lazy clothes even though they're comfortable. I need to put on something that like makes it look like I put in effort. I didn't even go out looking like this. I think I told my friend it was a full effort not going out, but we'll be filming later look. Oh, I'm staying with a friend right now. That's why this apartment looks completely different. Shaved my legs. So the thing about that is I don't like shaving my legs, but what I don't like even more is feeling uncomfortable in skinny jeans. And like when the leg hair is long, it like traps the fabric and it like pulls on your leg, you know, like the hair gets caught in the jeans and it like mini pulls the skin on your leg everywhere. And then you ever feel like you're wearing skinny jeans and you haven't shaved your legs and your leg hair is really long and your legs just feel really tight and constricted and really restless and like I need to get out of these jeans like ASAP. So like if you shave your legs, that feeling kind of goes away, at least for me, because they're smooth. There's no friction. There's no whatever air resistance or pant resistance or whatever you want to call it. So I shaved my legs because I didn't want to feel that with the pants. And this is me trying to justify a societal expectation, even though no one's going to see the leg. Long story short, if I think I look good, then maybe I'll feel better. Yeah, I know it's like it's a lot. It's a lot of look. I'm gonna look like a raccoon at the end of this, but honestly, if I don't look like a deranged raccoon at the end of this video, then what is even the point of wearing makeup? Also, this vocal fry is really, really happening. So if you're new here, or you forgot, the drunk animal drawing video is pretty self-explanatory. I get drunk, I draw an animal. And you guys are kind of just here for the ride. We're just gonna start. We're not like at fuzzy buzz yet, but we're getting there. Also, I really hope the audio is good right now. There's a fish tank, there's a fan, there's people outside, there's 2 cats. I can't control any of these things, so I just hope the audio comes through okay. Those are cats eating. Let's get started here. Giant squid. So I'm doing this from my laptop, which is a little different because I don't have any of my brushes. No. Oh my god. Okay. This is also, oh my god, my first time drawing in Photoshop on this computer. You know, there's a lot of things we could have done better, but we didn't. So also for this episode, I had posted earlier that I wanted to do a Q&A. I got exactly 3 questions, and only one of them is a serious one. But I will be answering them nonetheless. So yeah. Throughout the thing. Okay, so again, the reference images for these giant squid are not great because Beaker, really? Yeah, just go ahead and eat. So, as I was saying, now the cat is finished eating. It is difficult to find references of seriously? It is difficult to find references of giant squid. Bitch! You spilled water everywhere. This is why you're a brat. I don't even remember what I was saying. It's hard to find references of these fucking giant squid because, like, barely anybody has seen them alive. We know they exist. Apparently there's something called a giant squid and a colossal squid. Someone did find a colossal squid alive. And people have seen giant squid alive, but still, these things are like, they live at the bottom of the ocean and fight sperm whales. Like, you're never gonna see them. Oh, excuse me. So I didn't know how to draw this thing, so I couldn't find a reference I liked. We kind of know what they look like, but we also don't entirely. I don't know. 33 feet long. I don't even know how to imagine that. So we're gonna do our best, and in the spirit of Halloween, let's make it a Halloween-y squid. This one's not gonna be super realistic, you know, like it's gonna be kind of like, not like any of my past drawings were very realistic. Cough cough, the T-Rex. Basic. All right, let me show you really quickly. Here's kind of what this bitch looks like. Main things of note here is this long, okay, the head, this is called like the mantle, and you know, these are the tentacles, and I think these two are special for some reason. I don't remember why. I'm not a biologist. Did you know these things have the biggest eyes in the animal kingdom? Maybe the colossal squid is bigger because the colossal squid is bigger than the giant squid, because that's the order of operations. You have, you know, big, large, giant, and then colossal, and I imagine if we found one bigger it would be called behemoth, because why not? Fun fact, difference, which I just learned 10 minutes ago. So the giant squid, colossal squid's bigger, but the giant squid has longer tentacles than the colossal squid. So the colossal squid is this guy. I don't know if this is a real picture. That looks fake. This looks real. Okay. So the mantle is huge and bloated. I don't remember why, but it just is. Maybe it's a pressure thing. But this looks bigger. You know what's better here? Here we go. All right. So this is colossal squid. This is giant squid. All right. So like this is much bigger than this. It's like wider too, but the tentacles on the giant squid are longer than the tentacles on the colossal squid. So that's the main difference, but this is allegedly the largest known invertebrate. Here, look at this, 39 to 46 feet long. That's like almost a ton. Look, this thing has lined with small, sharp hooks. Okay, I don't even want to know. Okay, my favorite sentence here. Mantle is about 2 meters, 6 feet 7 inches long. More for females, less for males. This is my favorite part. And the length of the squid, excluding its tentacles, but including head and arms, rarely exceeds 5 meters, 16 feet. I love the inclusion of the word rarely, because it suggests that it's like oh, this thing barely gets bigger than 16 feet. But that's only this part, not this part. I don't know. I just find that funny that it's like it rarely exceeds 5 meters. But like we don't care about this part. We care about the tentacles, you know? Like that's the stuff that can get to freaking 43 feet. Anyways, so maybe this guy's like the longest, but this guy is like the biggest like mass because science is stupid. It's okay, I have science friends. I'm allowed to say that. It's disturbing. Okay, but that's the main difference. So here, this has long mantle and these little flippers and really long tentacles. This has an even longer mantle and it's like weird, and these little tentacles aren't as long and these are kind of longer, but this is like long tentacles all over the place. So that's kind of the difference here between the giant squid and the colossal squid. But I was suggested giant squid, and giant squid is what we're gonna draw. I'm gonna do like a Halloween themed squid. I don't know what that means yet, but I know that's what I want to do. I know in the last one we practiced drawing the skeleton over the reference image. I'm not bringing the reference image in here. So we're doing something different. We're eyeballing this. So a little more advanced, I guess. We're not tracing anything today. Instead, we're just gonna go for it. Okay. I know the mantle is like, I don't know what shape this is. Let's make it like a weird ellipse oval thing. Okay. But like we know there's a line here. And then there's like these weird flippers here. This isn't the final drawing. I'm just drawing it so I know. Okay. So this is the size. That means the eyes have to go here, like a blob here. I'm not doing a good job at showing the basic shapes, but I am doing the best that I can. This is like a cylinder, and these are like half circles, and these are the eyes. I know the eyes go here because these are on the side. So if you're looking straight at it, these things' eyes are on the side of it. You know, they're gonna be either which way. So that's how I know. You gotta use some critical thinking skills here. The next thing I'm gonna do is just freaking tentacles everywhere. You know, just go crazy, go stupid, man. Whatever you want to do. Okay, boom, we have a squid. I'm not gonna finish there. We're gonna have a complete drawing. So that's like what I mean. But we're gonna make this canvas bigger because I want it bigger. If you want to know the nitty gritty of how to draw a squid and you only want to spend 2 to 5 minutes on this video, look, it's like a kind of pointy oval. 2 semicircles, 2 little circles here for the eyes. Some long tentacles, and then do whatever the fuck you want here. And then maybe add some things here. There, look, it looks like a squid, kind of. There we go. I don't know. You get the idea, right? Maybe you don't get the idea. Let me show you. Here we go. This is our reference image. Oh my god. I'm not gonna trace this dude, but I'm gonna trace it for you. How did I know what my basic shapes were? You gotta eyeball it. At some point, you gotta eyeball it. Remember, I did this thing. It's like a rounded triangle. Because this looks like a rounded triangle. I switched it on its side, but like this is a line, so you can draw the line here, right there. This, maybe that's like a square. So then this is like a square, right? That's what it looks like. And you have a circle, obviously, for the eye. And then this, noodle around, do whatever you want, like woo, you know, like do whatever the fuck you want here. And then you know, tentacles. I'm going to show you a fun trick that I'm going to do to get around these stupid tentacles. That's how I got the basic shape. So then because I know this, I know if you flip this on its side, it's going to be like a triangle, that, a square, 2 eyes, oh my god, this, and then whatever. Okay? Oh my god, get off the table. No. So we're gonna turn this off. We're gonna turn all of this off. This is all bad. Okay, we're gonna seriously draw now. We're gonna actually draw. Oh my god. What do I want this guy to do? We're gonna use some critical thinking here. We're gonna use our imagination. I want him either holding a pumpkin or like wearing a pumpkin. Oh, I got it. Okay, so I'm thinking he's going to be, this crosshair is like where his eyes are gonna be. Okay, so that means I can kind of figure out that this is where the weird flap is gonna be. And then here's that connecting thing. Well, I guess his eyes should be all the way down here. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I guess this is where reference would be helpful because I messed up there. This is like a weird hat, and I want him to be holding a pumpkin. So I'm going to draw where I want the pumpkin to be, and then I want him like holding the knife to carve the pumpkin. Oh, we'll change that. I don't like how that looks. We'll change that later. So there's like a bunch of stuff holding. Okay, here was my original trick for the tentacles. I was going to use a bigger brush and just like there we go. These things I think have 10 tentacles. So I was going to use the bigger brush to kind of show where these tentacles are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we need one more. And then I want like another one that's like, woo. There we go, like that. So he's carving his pumpkin. You know, maybe this one is also holding like a thing. Maybe this one's holding like a spoon. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna scoop out the thing. Maybe this one is holding the spoon, and this one is holding the plastic bag that the guts are gonna go in. Okay, I like that. I don't, but like I do, you know. Okay, this guy's having a fun time. So with that in mind, now we can just trace over the lines we've already made. Look at that. That's so easy, kind of. But like that's something you can do to save you some time. This one's gonna be holding the top of the pumpkin. He's like, yeah, we already carved this. I'm gonna say they've got the eyes in, right? They haven't started the mouth yet, but they're starting it so far. So this has got like some gross pumpkin guts in it. They're like coming out of the bag because it's underwater. Because, you know, that makes sense. There's like stuff everywhere. There's some pumpkin shit. Okay, so that's kind of our sketch. He's like, yeah, I'm carving a pumpkin. He's happy. It's Halloween. Who's not happy? Drink and then we'll do the first question. So the first question is from my friend. She asked, what's the greatest musical? This might seem like an innocent question, but it's not. I'd have to think. I really like Hadestown right now, but I'd have to think about what the greatest musical is. But like, that's not the correct answer to that question. This question is a bit of an inside joke, and I'll tell you why. While I sketch this guy out a little more, because Karen says I like to give a bazillion sketch layers because I'm stupid. Okay, they didn't say that. I said that. Okay, so here's the thing. There is an inside joke among my group of peers about what the greatest musical is, because my father, he's not a very artistic man, but he saw his high school production of Fiddler on the Roof, and he was so impressed by it that every time Broadway or a school's musical is brought up, without fail, he says, well, you know what they should do is Fiddler on the Roof. So, oh, you know what? I think my Flux is on. Let's take that off. But, sorry if things change. But anyways, so he always says without fail, you know what they should do is Fiddler on the Roof throughout middle school and high school. Every time he talks about this high school performance in the 80s of Fiddler on the Roof and how talented everyone was, which is like nice. But I made the mistake of telling this to my friends. I think the first person I told was my friend who's involved in musical theater. And ever since then, he would do this fun, not fun for me, bait and switch joke of, you know what's a really good musical right now, Kareem? And I used to always fall for it. I'd be like, what? Because I would genuinely want to know. And he would say Fiddler on the Roof, and I would say fuck, and then eventually the group figured out what the backstory was, and then they got onto it. So that's more of a troll question than an actual question, but yeah, I guess the correct answer is Fiddler on the Roof, for better or for worse. So yeah, I've actually seen Fiddler on the Roof, not the musical, but the movie. It's pretty good. I liked it, but it was very long, and to be honest, the constant jokes kind of makes me like it less. I know the answer is Fiddler on the Roof, but I think the musical that I enjoy the most right now, I really like Hadestown. I know that's the generic musical everyone should like, but I really like that. Oh, I also like Heathers. I really like the soundtrack to Heathers. That's a fun one. I saw like a clip of Candy Store on Twitter, and I was entranced. So that's the first question. I say thank you, Twitter user Bats in your belfry, for that question. Oh my god, these things have suckers. Alright, let me tell you, before I move on to the next question I was asked, let me tell you a disturbing story about squids. A few months ago, my friend and I went to the Monterey Bay Aquarium. I had wanted to go to this aquarium for a long time. I used to watch the streams of it while I worked. There was a guy that I had a low-key crush on because he was very funny, but I didn't get to see him, and this was also like 5 years ago. Anyways, we finally go, and they have a little cephalopod squid exhibit. So we go there, and we're like, cool, we're looking at this, and we noticed some squids. I don't know if they're Humboldt squids or what, but there was some sort of squid. And one of them had like another one's like face like in there. So we thought they were mating, because I know it gets like intense for squid when they mate. And I know they've got like a, not giant, I don't know if giant squid do or not, they don't know actually, but like they have like a special like penis tentacle, and they like shoot it into the female, and she takes it, and she's like swimming around with this like giant sack of semen in her head, and squid eggs happen and everything. And the squid eggs look like those long white candles. And anyways, we thought they were mating. So we sat there watching the squid, these two squid, like just kind of squirt around the tank. And I get sick every time I tell this story. But at some point, we realized they weren't mating. One of them was eating the other squid. And that made me feel really gross. And then I stopped watching. So, yeah, it was like kind of like chewing, and then the other squid was like a weird color, and it makes me feel weird thinking about it, because I don't like seeing things get eaten alive. I think that's a natural revulsion to have. The other thing too is, I don't know what's weirder, like the fact that the squid was eating another squid, or that we were perfectly fine watching two squid mate for 10 to 15 minutes because we thought they were mating, even though they were eating each other. And then the cannibalism was what turned us off. I don't know. We're like squid voyeurists or something. I think I thought it was like, oh, cool, if they're mating, that's like a rare thing to see. Like, we should watch it. And then it turned out they weren't. And it's like, oh, this is nasty. But squids are cannibals. But then the other thing, too, that confused me was there were squid eggs in the exhibit. So that's why I thought they were mating, because I saw the squid eggs. But then none of the docents were doing anything about it. I'm like, well, I guess you can't really. Like, if they're eating each other, they're eating each other. Squids are cannibalistic, even these giant squids and the colossal squids. That was kind of nasty. But, you know, the the aquarium was great overall, and also their Tumblr is fantastic. I do follow that, and they post a lot of fun memes. Alright, this is so much work, guys. Oh my god. Why did I do this? Let's go on to the second question. This is another just kind of question. My friend Monzi asked, do you love me? And they answered, ridiculous question. The answer is obviously yes. And you're right, Monzi. I do love you. I love you so much. Actually, speaking of my good friend Monzi, we are actually making a podcast. We're recording a podcast called You Haven't Seen What? And basically the whole point of the podcast is we talk about movies that we haven't seen. And we predict what's going to happen, and then we give the movie a rating based on what we know of it. It's great. It's funny. I still have to edit it, but it will be out soon. The first episode, we talk about The Godfather because none of us have seen The Godfather. So, if you're like a hardcore fanboy or a male freshman in film school, maybe it'll make you angry. But we don't really care. We've already been through film school, so that's just something you're gonna have to live with. People have different opinions. But yeah, so that's kind of the dealio. First episode we talk about The Godfather. The second one we talk about Casablanca, which I haven't seen but Monzi has seen. Then episode 3 is the Titanic, which I have seen but Monzi hasn't. And then the next episode, which I have yet to record but we will soon, is about The Matrix, I think. So that should be fun. But yeah, that will be coming out soon. Be on the lookout for it. Again, it's called You Haven't Seen What? What was this supposed to? Oh, this is a spoon. So yeah, I think it's a genius concept that Monzi came up with, and it's a lot of fun talking about it. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh my god, it's this thing of so many tentacles. We feel a little disoriented, which is where we want to be. Tomorrow I'm supposed to go hiking at Joshua Tree, so that's going to be fun. Alright, next question. Last question. My friend Emmy, who is a writer, you should follow her, asked, what's the hardest thing to draw on an animal? The face. I mean, I could be stupid and say the whole animal, but I thought about this, in the bathroom. I think it's the face for me. Something like the squid, the face is not too difficult because the face is pretty simple. There's only eyes. Like, if you only have to worry about eyes, like, that's pretty easy. If you gotta worry about, like, a nose and, like, a mouth, and the nose sticks out, but you're drawing the animal head on, there's also ears, and, like, a lot of fur. Like, that's just a lot, you know. It's like a weird lion wolf. What is this? We have no idea. You know, like, this is probably the hardest part. And then the second hardest part, if not also the hardest part, is the arms. Yeah, because it's weird. I don't think we've done a quadruped yet. The next one's going to be a baboon, so we're going to see it there. But even then, the baboon is kind of similar to, like, humans, so it might be okay. But quadrupeds, oh my god, the entire thing is difficult. It could be a horse, it could be a wolf, it could be a cat. Like, I don't care. It's difficult. Blah. And goats, don't even get me started on, like, sheep and horses, like, those kind of, like, things. Anyways, like, the face first, and then, like, the body after. So the entire animal, really, is the hardest part. Those are all the questions. If you have a question, whoever's watching this, and it could be about anything. Obviously, it doesn't have to be about me or animal drawing. It could be about musicals or whatever, leave me a question down below in the comments and I will answer it in the next video. Yeah, I think that would be cool, and I would actually like to make that like a thing. Oh my god, okay. 6, 7, 8, 9. There's only 9. What the fuck? 1, 2, 3. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, there's 10. Okay, never mind. Now we're gonna have the sketch layer. Oh my god, it's so cute! What the heck? How did that happen? Magic! Okay. That's actually, I think it looks cute. Okay, we're gonna do a little bit of light shading. Now, the important thing about shading, which I messed up right here. This flattens the image. You see, you want it to form the shape. So if this is kind of like the shape, then if you're gonna do hash lines, it has to follow that. Otherwise, it will flatten it. So you see, this makes it still look round. Whereas when I did it the other way, it didn't. But then this is a little different because this is a little flatter. You see what I'm doing here? I'm following the contour lines. This is something that took me a while to get the hang of, so it's okay if you don't get it properly. But like this is important because, okay, here's an example. Let's say we have 2 shapes. These basically look the same. If you just do this, it looks kind of square. But if you do this, it looks more round. You see, it changes how it looks, even though these shapes looks pretty similar to begin with. And that has to do with contour lines. Because if you imagined drawing this around and you just added some extra shading in between that follow the lines, see, like now it looks round. And then if you erase these, it still looks round because it insinuates those contour lines. Okay, so that's how that works. Where if you had it and then you were like, no, this is what the contour line is. It's supposed to look like there's an edge, and you erase this, it's gonna look like there's an edge. You see what I mean? This looks different than this because of our contour lines, right? Okay. So that's basically what that is, and it's something that I still struggle with. It's really important to defining the form of your shape. So it's tricky, but it's one of those things you have to kind of think about the whole time. Think about, you know, what you need to draw the contour lines, like, you know, here we go. This is probably something I should do more often. Let's make this a practice here. That way I can see this is where my hatch marks want to go, especially if I'm going to be doing hatch marks for the shading, you know? So, and then the matter of contour lines, I don't know a good way to explain it versus like if the line is straight, that means it's kind of coming towards you where it's flat, whereas if it goes, you know, I don't really know how to explain it. That this is wrong. Something you could try doing is drawing straight lines on yourself and then looking at how that changes in the mirror, or like draw straight lines on a piece of paper, roll it up and bend it so you can see it. But like it's kind of how it works. It's sort of common sense and sort of like you need to kind of see it. So I don't know. Well, if you're curious, then you can let me know and I'll try to do like a better video on that. But there are also lots of great videos, I'm sure, out on contour lines out on the internet. But we're gonna take the time to practice these because Lord knows I need it. Sometimes it's just a matter too of trial and error, you know. Another thing too could be if you made a cross section, maybe this is right. Because if I did a cross section, that's what I would see. You know, if I cut this tentacle in half like that, then that's what I would see. So that might be, then this would be, you know, the arrow until the point where if I chopped it in half, I wouldn't see the underside anymore. So that's what I'm gonna use to kind of decide it. So I think that's the way to figure it out. It can be hard because you want to get carried away with a certain direction, but yeah. This is looking cute. Yeah, okay, so I'm really liking how this looks. Should this just be the line art? I think, you know what? I think this is pretty clear to be the line art. I don't want to redo this. So what we're gonna do is we've got the, you can't see it. Let me see if I can move myself. Oh no. There we go. I don't know if that worked or not, but you gotta click on this checkerboard thing here. That's the transparency lock. You click on that. What that means is you can pick a different color. I'm gonna make my brush even bigger. I'm gonna turn off my opacity to 100. And look at that. I can draw anywhere I want, but it's only gonna affect what I've already drawn. Let's make this even bigger. So now it's black because I don't want to do another line art layer, and I think this is fine. I am what? Lazy. See? It looks fine to me. Now we can just get to the coloring without any fuss. First thing I'm gonna do is color the background. I'm not that great at coloring, TBH. We're just gonna keep going till we pick something we like. Oh, I like that. Okay, that's good on both. We're just gonna color in the lines like good people. There's probably a better way of doing this, that I'm stupid and a little intoxicated right now. So I'm not gonna look into it. Did you know that the color magenta is allegedly fake? I don't like that news any more than you do, but apparently it's the truth. So, fun struggles. Oh, okay, that's a little better. About being, well, it's a little more orange than I want. A digital artist is your fucking monitors are never gonna look right. What do you have there? A knife! No! You know, the only reason we know these things even existed is because of sperm whale scars. Imagine only knowing a species exists because you see its scars on a completely different species. Now we because we did a stupid way of coloring these things, we're going to go back and clean it up by erasing things, because we're dumb. Now, the worst part of putting on makeup is forcing yourself to take it off before you go to bed, especially if you're a bit intoxicated. See, that wasn't so bad. It wasn't so long. Now we set the transparency lock. Now, I changed my brush back to the soft one. I'm gonna go onto a different layer, but now I can, control click on the color layer and it'll apply to this because the color is gonna include all of this stuff. I'm gonna pick a different color. What you could do is multiply it, but I wanna do a different color. This is a fun trick I learned. I'm gonna use a pretty big one, big brush, and I'm only gonna skirt the sides. That way it gives it a allegedly softer look. You know what, that doesn't look too bad. So yeah, that's pretty much, here's the final thing. I don't know why this blot is here, but I think it's cute for what it is, considering we did it in not that long amount of time. So there it is. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, hopefully the next one won't take as long to get around to. I don't know what this little dot is. I don't know how to get rid of it. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions that I can answer next time. If you have any suggestions or recommendations or what you would like to see me try to draw next while inebriated, let me know in the comments below. Hope you guys have a happy Halloween, and I'll see you next time. Bye!